Well, hi there. I've got two strange facts today that I'm going to share with you. Strange facts about the Olympic Games, and one great leadership lesson that we can learn from these facts. This particular idea has helped me become a way better leader. This one idea, in fact, over these last few years alone has helped me increase my ability to achieve my goals, make more money, create greater influence, be a happier, healthier leader. So I'll share those two facts and that lesson in just a second. But first, let me just share where I am. You know, I had a vision, I had a dream to bring my family on a vacation where we would do and explore outdoor activities. And so we came all the way up, hours away from where we live, to a place called Yosemite National Park. This place is absolutely amazing. The level of serenity and peace, the vibration here is just so soothing for the soul. And in fact, I rented a house, a beautiful place that's right along this creek right down here called Nelder Creek, right outside Yosemite National Park. There's a lake right down the road where we've been doing all kinds of water sports and hanging out, and we've just been having a ball. So this is what I'm happen to be doing today, is having a good time. And at nighttime, when we're not out hiking, we're sitting around watching the Olympic Games. We all love the Olympics, that idea of greatness on display. So let me tell you two strange facts. One fact I learned just a couple of days ago, and did you know that in the entire state of Alaska, that there is only one Olympic-sized swimming pool? In the entire state. Now, how do I happen to know that fact? Because there was an amazing young woman, 17-year-old Lydia Jacoby from Seward, Alaska, who shocked the world, upsetting a South African swimmer and another American swimmer, passing them both to win the gold medal in the 100-meter breaststroke. She was not favored to win the gold medal by any means, and the entire state of Alaska went crazy. They've got these remote views where they're showing the family and friends when the swimmers win medals. It was so fun to see what these folks in Alaska were doing when they saw Lydia Jacoby win the gold medal. Turns out her hometown doesn't even have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. She had to leave about a year ago, Seward, Alaska, where she lives, to go to Anchorage, where the only Olympic pool in the entire state is. There's never been another swimmer from Alaska that's ever won a gold medal. She's the first one. And when asked about how she did it, she talked about the leadership lesson that I'm going to share with you in just a second. The second strange fact for you: Michael Phelps, the greatest Olympic swimmer of all time, maybe the greatest Olympian of all time, winning more medals than anyone, is retired. You know, he competed in the 2012 and the 2016 games, and now he's a commentator. He's there at the games, and he's talking about the other swimmers, and they had him in an interview as some of the swimmers were competing. Michael Phelps in his career set 39 world records. Think about that. What an amazing achievement. He set 39 world records. Now, here's the amazing, strange fact. Today, Michael Phelps owns one world record. Every one of the world records that he set has been broken. And when they asked him about this, and he said that he absolutely loves the fact that others have gone on to create levels of greatness beyond what he was able to achieve. And he also described using the leadership lesson that we're going to focus on today. So what is the leadership lesson? What is the tool, the leadership tool, that both Lydia Jacoby and Michael Phelps use? It's the idea around visualization. Visualizing a result in your mind. They also call it mental rehearsal or imagery in sport. So they imagine themselves standing on the podium after they've achieved the result. They imagine the feeling of the medal going around their neck and hanging, the weight of the gold. They can see it. They can imagine the sound of the national anthem playing, celebrating the greatness that they've achieved. They imagine the end result that they're looking for. 30 years ago, visualization was not a common tool for Olympic athletes. Less than 15% of Olympians 30 years ago used the tool of visualization on a regular, repeated basis. Today, 95% of high-performing Olympic athletes use visualization. There are all kinds of studies that show the power of visualization. Last year, there was a study that was completed in France. Check this out. This is so cool. When I read this, I was like, this is amazing, the power of the mind. They had athletes imagine curling weights. They measured the strength of their bicep in actually curling weights. Then they had them imagine for 30 minutes a day, just imagine, sit and imagine curling weights with their maximum effort, strengthening their biceps. Not actually lifting any weights, just imagining it. 30 days later, the average increase in strength was 14%. 14% greater performance without lifting a weight, simply by imagining it. There have been studies over the years that had basketball players imagine shooting free throws. Just imagine making buckets, bucket after bucket after bucket. Just imagine that. After 30 days of intensive visualization, 28% improvement in their ability to shoot free throws. And these studies go on and on and on. There are lots of them. So today, great performers understand the power of imagination. So how do I use that tool today as a leader? Every morning when I get up, I do a visualization and I ask myself some questions about my day. The number one question that I'm asking myself is I'm imagining my day. I do a play-by-play. I imagine the meetings that I'm going to have. I imagine the conversations that I'm in. I imagine the activities that I'm in. The number one question that I'm asking myself is, who am I going to be today as a leader? Who am I going to be today as a leader? So visualization is an amazing leadership tool. I encourage you to use visualization. And by the way, I still want to know, what is your favorite Olympic sport? I'd love to know what that is. So if you would, comment below. And I look forward to seeing you again next Monday. We've been celebrating right here today what's called Monday Morning Mindset, where transformational leaders gather to transform ordinary into extraordinary. Visualization can help you do that. I know it helps me. I look forward to being with you again next Monday. Until then, make it a transformational week. Take care. Bye-bye.